Hello again YouTube, Pan here, and we have the long-awaited arrival sitting in front of us, so without further ado, let's get to the unboxing. So this was going to be my video for last week, but it has finally come through, and it's come through ahead of the group order, which should give you a little clue that there's nothing in here that's coming from Europe. There we are, very cryptic of me. So first of all, yes, of course, this is another delivery from the wonderful, the very, very nice, very sociable, incredibly delegated Backyard Bullion. And my goodness, this is going to be a bit of an interesting one. There's quite a bit in here, so let's try and work from smaller to larger. We have another two, I believe, Tetris pieces in this pack. Oh, yes. I know some of you are big fans of the nail varnish. I'm particularly happy with how these ones turned out. So we have a Z piece, looking just as gorgeous as ever. Look at the ripples on this one. Very tasty. £24 grams. And over here we have an S piece. And it's a fairly straightforward explanation as to why these pieces are referred to as Z and S. The S piece looks a little bit like the letter S, and the Z piece looks a little bit like a letter Z, and they are reverses of each other. Obviously, if you flip them the other way, then you turn them backwards, so they're no longer quite like that. But a pair of very, very nice. Again, I love the ripples on this one. Look at that. Look at how deep they are. That is, I think, my favourite piece from the Tetris Club so far. That is absolutely gorgeous. Yeah, big fan of that one. Thank you so much, BYB, if you're watching, and I hope you are. Lovely. So, that's smallest. So what else do we have in here? So we have another purse. And we have here one of the very, very lovely silver forum 100-gram bars. This one being serial number 26. And I will admit, I basically picked this one because BYB put a post on the forum and said, God, nobody's picked these ones, and showed a couple of bars with some very, very impressive ripple marks, and you can really see that here. The way they come up into the silver forum logo there, almost like shark fins. Very nice. And to go with serial number 26, I have also picked up serial number 25. This one, not quite so dramatic on the ripple front, but still a very, very smartly done bar there. 150 of these done in total for this year. And this is very much hitting that wonderful brain button for, you know, kind of enjoying something that's got that nice chunky tactile feel to it. And then last, and so far from least, first of all, oh my goodness, I think I found myself a new purse for displaying larger pieces when I do future videos. And in this one we have the monster, and I can feel it already. I can already feel the heft of this one. This is a 250 gram silver foreign bar, a full-on quarter kilo, and that is a very, very satisfying thing to hold in the hand. So the reason I went for serial number 25 and 26 for the 100 gram bar is because this one here is number 25 of the 250 gram bar series, and this is quite an auspicious number to have because this is the very last one to be minted this year. I say minted, poured, made, manufactured, fabricated. I have the Saurus, you know. Which gives it, you know, kind of that nice special feeling of, okay, you know, some people really like to have a nice low serial number, but equally I think there's something quite nice about having, you know, the very last one. So if you are interested in getting a 250 gram silver foreign bar, sucks to be you, basically. So I am very happy with how this has turned out. Look at that. So this is definitely getting on for kind of the upper end of the size of things that BYB can pour. Currently anyway, I think, you know, he may be, after the success of these, certainly tempted to look into, you know, maybe getting a larger furnace and go for something bigger, but 250 grams is a very impressive thing to hold in hand. Like when you hold it in the hand, it feels like a nice sort of, I don't want to say unit, but you know, it feels like a really solid, hefty thing. Like, you know, yes, this is a solid bar of something. So I'm going to pop that down. And then lastly we've got the certificates, all nice and in order. So the mathematically inclined amongst you will obviously be looking at this and going 250, 450, 475. We have just about spot on half a kilogram of silver right here. And this is at a time when I was saying, oh no, I'm gonna tail off with my, you know, PM's purchases at the moment. I'm still paying off my Japan trip. So, you know, clearly I have no self-control, but I'll be honest, I'm not really in a mood to apologise for this. Just for context, I'm also going to just zoom out and show you how these stack up against the kilo bar that I showed you last week, and yes, it looks rather like they're sort of having babies or growing bigger. I'm not sure. How does silver reproduce? Is it mitosis? So there we have it. From somebody who didn't really or doesn't really tend to do bars, I now seem to be acquiring quite a few bars. So yeah, gee whiz, Chuck, I think I'm gonna have to admit that maybe bars are kind of a thing that I'm into now. Still, could be worse. And actually, one of the things I wanted to mention about this, in particular my logic behind picking up the 100 gram bars, was that is that I was looking at these and then I looked at how much I would have to pay to get a 100 gram bar in the UK, or even if I bought it from Europe and then had it shipped over. And to be honest, the amount it cost me from BYB for a silver foreign bar was in a very similar ballpark to what I'd have to pay to get, you know, like a minted one from the Royal Mint or something from, you know, kind of gold silver BE or the European Mint and shipped over. So whilst you definitely, I have paid a premium, certainly over spot for these, there's a really nice feeling of actually, you know what, these are not a million miles off what I'd have to pay to get a silver bar. Even at retail prices from like a major manufacturer, and instead I have, low serial numbered, very nice pretty artisanal pieces, so I am overall extremely happy with this. And yeah, okay, I'm just going to pick this up and just have another little fondle because, oh my goodness, this one's so pretty, so pretty. Like, you can see that it hasn't quite filled out the mould at this end, but that just seems to have helped give it these wonderful, and it's not just the ripples, because all of BYB stuff has ripples, but the depth of them, the real kind of three-dimensional feel of this one is just fantastic. Yeah, so hand-poured silver and silver bars. Maybe something I'm into now. Maybe. Perhaps. A little bit.